one, it's important to keep in mind that, like I was saying before, I definitely want to teach you how to fish in the sense of coming up with great work, because advertising is a competitive field. So I would encourage you guys to always be writing ideas too. Like, oh, that's cool. I don't know if you write ideas, but that's what I try to do as well. It's like I'm trying to get myself into that practice of every day write 3 ideas. Or actually, let's flip it, because this is the way to do it. 3 problems. What are 3 problems that exist that need a solution, right? And then that's when you try to, if you can figure out the solution, write it then and there. But if you don't have the solution yet, it's okay to still have the problems that need real solutions, because then, you know, your brain is thinking about it. And then, you know, 3 weeks later, oh, boom. Because I think that's my intent by the time we're done, these 12 lessons, to have you have portfolio pieces so you can walk in and average whatever shop you want to like get a job at and say, hey, this is what I can do. An insight is like an inside joke within the target audience, right? So it's their own little joke that they get. So keep that in mind, right? That find out why your target thinks what they think, behave as they behave, and feel what they feel. Now, once you have that insight, we can apply common techniques used in advertising to create engaging work. Here's what the psychology of these colors kind of play to. I remember I gave a presentation way back in college about the psychology of color, and in the research found that red and yellow together actually like makes you hungry. So if you think about fast food logos, McDonald's, Burger King, and a lot of others, they use red and yellow. So that's intentional. Fonts that pair well together and have a certain tone to them are, for example, I'll pull a couple of examples, but you can kind of go ahead once you get a feel for fonts, just put them together and just see if they work or not. But trustworthy, a sense of trustworthy, Avenir pairs well with PT Serif. And then you have Source Serif Pro pairs well with PT Lotto. If you're going for a more playful tone and feel, then Albus pairs well with Aleo. I'm sure I'm pronouncing most of these fonts wrong. Luxury, if you're going for more of like, you know, perfume, high-end fashion, right? Anything Fifth Avenue in New York. Adobe Caslin Pro with a nice, elegant Helvetica New light. So now, what do we see out in the real world, right? We see a lot of the times you see Helvetica. Helvetica letter style is the most commonly used font in the world because it has clean lines, and honestly, it's just simply like easy to read. So that's something that you'll see around. A lot of the times my boss, the chief creative officer, actually a good tip I got from a creative director when we were showing to the CCO, she said, don't design fonts yet. Don't look at different fonts, because we spend a lot of time like looking for the right font. She said, just put everything Helvetica, because he's fine with Helvetica. We just need to sell the idea, look at the headline against the picture. And once he likes a few, then we can go ahead and design it. So that's another tip. If you just want to get the idea across first, put Helvetica on it, sell it, and then build it, make it prettier. Whenever you get a chance to, always remember to create what I just did there. What was it? Convert to smart object. Because then what happens, you can click on this and it'll open it up in a separate document as a PSB. And then we can go ahead and, I don't know, let's say we wanted to do a circle on it in a different layer. And add a purple there. So now I save this, Command S, and that actually saves the smart object as well. So here, the marketing objective was for the brief that they gave us was to demonstrate that Walgreens is the invested leader that is committed to guiding people on a safe, personalized, personalized experience in health was very important. That's like that SMIT. The single most important thing for Walgreens was to always show, like, speak to personalized paths to wellness. So now, what made the brief that they gave us 50 or 100 pages, something ridiculous, is that they had all these personas or avatars. If you remember, we looked at briefs which had, some avatars, some briefs had, avatars fully blown out. In this case, there were multiple avatars here. So they already had a TV spot that they put into testing, but they wanted to top that. People they wanted to talk to were essential workers, so they created Emily. They wanted to talk to seniors, the underserved community, and also early adopters. So personalizing. So the commercial really needed to feel personalized for all of these individuals as well. So that was a tricky box to check in what we were doing. So then we presented and sold this spot to the client. And this is exactly how we showed it. All of this is to tell you guys that really in order for you to really break in and get the job that you want to, if that's your intent to get a job as an art director, really learn what good work looks like. Because that's what I did. I went to all the websites. I'm going to give you the resources if you don't have it already. I think you have a lot of it. But research what good work looks like, what award-winning work specifically looks like, and there's websites for that. This literally today, somebody posted on LinkedIn, a creative director, and I was like, oh, this is tight. I got to show it in my class. And it's image-driven. It's for plant-based Whoppers. So if you can see like the, looks like meat, but it has the texture of like a leaf, in this one. Right, and this one, like, this is dope. Like, if you came up with this idea, put it in your book, comp it up, put it together, gold.